What's up, guys? It's your boy Miguel giving you your daily dose of radiation. In today's video, we are covering the different levels of stat X-ray orders that you encounter working at a hospital. So to give you context, I am a night shift X-ray tech. I've been doing it for 4 years, work a lot of overtime, so I dabbled both in day shift and night shift so I can give you the knowledge in both sides of the spectrum, if you will. So, over the times, even as a student, even while in the program, our teachers like, look, they're gonna order almost everything stat. A lot of stuff stat. That's not stat. You have to cater the stat power to you kind of have to know which ones are true stats, which ones are just stat, because they'll just order it just to get it done, and it can be like a regular morning port. For night shift is a little bit different. So like the teachers all this have to you'll have to cater it and acquire all this knowledge once you're at a place, because if they order something stat and it's not like a true stat, you will be running to the floor all day. You feel overwhelmed. Just like that to begin with. Especially at night when you have less staff and you have to hold down the emergency room, like where I work at, and the whole hospital. And then you have the morning ports. So you have 3 different variables. You where I work at for nighttime, ER, everything's stat in the ER, okay? High priorities in the ER. And then you have certain floors have higher priority if they order stat, like the ICU or the SICU, which is the post-surgical place. Those have higher priorities of stat. Or any rapid response. If rapid response calls, unless you're in an active level trauma in the trauma room, you have to kind of go. That's another high priority stat, because usually when rapid response calls, either the patient's coding, post-code, or he seriously can't breathe and they're struggling to get him, and they want to, a stat X-ray on that. Those for sure, you have to go, drop everything, kind of go situation. And then there's certain doctors that if you just work long enough at a place that you notice that they'll order everything stat, and you'll go, there's been a few times when the doctor just barely arrived to our facility that I was okay, maybe this is a true stat. And then you go, and then you're this patient's sleeping, and got mad at me for waking him up, and it said shortness of breath, all this other stuff, and you're so what you're saying is you order everything stat even though it's not stat. And from there on, you will kind of nitpick at what is true stat. What is certain floors in your hospital, you'll kind of notice that too. But all this kind of comes with time, and you have to pay attention to the doctors, because there's a lot of times certain residents, because they're new to the facility, don't know how they'll order something stat, which is a morning port. And one time we sat down and talked to him. He's oh well, I'm a first year resident, I'm still trying to get an understanding. If it was we could have just done it routine, it would have been fine. Certain stuff, you have to, it all kind of caters to where you work at and how the stuff. But where I work at, they make it to where once it hits, I believe it's 6 or 7 p.m. if they want an X-ray stat, they have to put it in, and they have to call us. If they do not call, we don't go until we make our usual morning port runs. Now, if you're on the floor already, let's say you're on the 5th floor in the ICU, which is ours, and there's already a certain there's an X-ray already ordered on the 4th floor, on the same side of the hospital, and it's not an inconvenience, or maybe the emergency room's kind of chill, and you could shoot it before your morning ports. Yeah, well, sometimes we'll do that. If it won't be a big deal, just to have less morning ports, because the morning ports will add on top of all your stats running back and forth. This is this morning report, like you already have to go to the floor to both sides. Well, to both sides of the hospital. So like you try to like work smarter, not harder. Always. So once again, all this comes with various levels depending on the doctors, what's going on. And like with time and talking to your veteran techs on your shifts. In daytime, it's a little bit different because like in daytime, they'll order it and then they'll call, and then like it's a constant churning of going and going. Certain times we've noticed that they'll forget to put in morning port x-rays, so because they want it fast, as soon as they come in, they start ordering everything stat, and that causes problems with the day shift, which being night shift I already understand, because like ain't nothing to make you more mad than as soon as you get there, you already got to start going to the floor doing all this other stuff, when you can just like sit there and just do the ER and then, you know, let the other stats kind of accumulate and then kind of do a run. That's the most optimal way of doing it. But once again, patients may not be doing too good. So yeah, it's been your boy Miguel. See you on the next one.